Good evening, USFFL. Happy Thursday night as we are bringing you some live action. Joining in progress right now, the Indianapolis Colts at home, winless, trying to take on the 6-1 New Orleans Saints. Let's go ahead and get out to the stadium and see what's going on. All right, welcome back. Let's go ahead and get on out to the stadium, see what's going on. We'll go full screen. And as you can see, the favored New Orleans Saints, I say favored because they are 6-1, versus an 0-7 Colts team, the only winless team in the league. Saints are up 16-14 with 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Third and 15 from the 18. And dialing up a deep pass here is Coach Freeze. Gardner Minshew is forced to dump it off instead. So out here in the flat to Alec Pierce. And he's going to pick up 10 yards, needed 15 for the first down. So it's 4th and 5 at the 8. Colts trail by 2. You think they're going to take this field goal. From here, it's 2 through 11 to take a 1-point lead. And when you're a winless team, getting that lead, got to look good. And indeed, on comes Matt Gay, and he boots it through. And so the Colts, with a field goal at the 3:36 mark of the third quarter, now lead the New Orleans Saints 17-16 at home. Rashid Shaheed with a short kickoff return, and the Saints will take over possession now. 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trailing again. Saints are coached by Dan Sir, and the Colts are coached by John Freeze. Saints in a base run set to start the possession. And Kamara swings out of the backfield for a button hook pass and beats the linebacker over the middle. Linebacker in zone, couldn't make the stop, Zaire Franklin. And Kamara rattles off a 17-yard catch and run. Saints 1st and 10 out to their 43-yard line. Two teams close in yardage. Colts 263, Saints 257. Here's a deep pass. Derek Carr hits his number. Deep ball to Rashid Shaheed, and he pulls it down for a 30-yard reception. Move the chains to the Indianapolis 27. It'll be 1st and 10 there. Derek Carr's long gain on right is on a 9, and Coach Sir got the number. On the 27, Saints stay in their base run set. And here's another look-in pass to Kamara, and this time he's going to get a short catch and run, just 2 yards. That pickup on the right column of Kamara's receiver card, 2nd down and 8. Here's a pitch out. Kamara going to try to get the edge and opportunity to beat the defensive end, Kwity Paye. But Quiddy Pay, good enough to beat that 4 on the white die, brings him down. Strong defensive ends at Indianapolis. It's 3rd and 9. Kamara, 10 carries, 45 yards in the game. Nickel defense out there now for Indianapolis. Only turnover in the game so far, an Indianapolis fumble. 3 wide receivers splitting out here. Shotgun formation for the Saints. Here comes a screen going to Kamara. He's got the catch, and he's going to come up short. He only got 5 yards, and it's 4th and 4 at the Indianapolis 21. So that would be a 38-yard field goal attempt. Blake Grupe going to try to put the Saints back on top. That kick is up, and he has shanked it. Blake Grupe could not hit it. 2 through 8, 11, and 12 are good. Only in 9 or 10 misses, and 10 comes up. Grupe cannot hit the kick. And the Colts retain the lead at 17-16 and take over. 1st and 10 at their own 28. So the drive stalls. And the Colts get the field goal miss and stay in front. 1st down, square and pass over the middle, and it's caught. Gain of 5 there for Michael Pittman. 2nd down and 5 as we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter here in Indianapolis. Colts at home looking for their first win of the season. Matching up with the 6-1 Saints tonight. They're up 17-16, the Colts are. Quarterback Gardner Minshew has been very efficient for Indy tonight. 18 of 22 for 162 yards and a couple of tutties. 4th quarter close game. Here's a flat pass going left side to Pittman. Linebacker in zone, but he does have the 0 rating. Receiver is the result, and Pittman's got it for 4, but there is a penalty. Matter of fact, looks like there's offsetting penalties, so we'll wipe that play away and do it again. 2nd and 5, Colts. Saints defensively. They are carded as average against the pass and average to poor against the run. 2 tight ends in here for Indianapolis on 2nd and 5. Here's a run off tackle, and it's going to lose a yard. Jonathan Taylor on his right column gets the -1. 3rd down and 6 now for Indianapolis. Colts are 4 for 7 on 3rd downs today. Much better than the 2 for 9 by the Saints. Both teams over 70% completions in this one. 3rd and 6, 3 wide receivers splitting out here for Indianapolis. Josh Downs in the slot. Saints set up in the nickel. Outside linebackers are rated 0, so if you want to attack the flats there. Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman are both B-rated yak potential targets on this 3rd down play. And back to pass, looking deep. The double by the safety was on Pittman, but the deep pass is going to Alec Pierce and forced to scramble with it as Minshew. And Minshew gets just 4 yards. But a penalty on the play The Saints were offside, so the Colts will take the yardage and save the down. Get third down all over again. This time it's 3rd and 1. Indy at their own 37. And here comes full house formation. So the big uglies come in for the Colts. 4-3 here from the Saints. Defense guesses pass, but it's run right up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of just a yard. But that's enough for the first down. Blocking back was the result. And even though there was no blocking back in the game, they did get the yard they needed. 1st and 10 Colts now at their own 42. Colts stay in the 2 tight end set here. Here's a looking pass to Pittman. He's doubled, but looks like that doubles by the linebacker, so it's not going to do anything special. There is a short gain, though, here as Gardner Minshew hits his number. Minshew to Pittman. 15 yards on the catch and run as the Saints cross midfield. Or, I'm sorry, the Colts cross midfield. Now down to 12 minutes left in this game. Colts up by a point, 17-16, their 1st and 10 at the Saints 43. Field goal range for Matt Gay starts in at the 40-yard line. That's just 3 more yards away. Pro set formation here by the Colts. Here's a flare going to the right side. Fullback Will Mallory is the target. He's got a good average. But another short gain. Gardner Minshew again on the right column hits the short gain. 14 yards on the catch and run. But a penalty is going to wipe it away. Illegal procedure on the Colts wipes that big gain away, and it's now 1st and 15. There's a first down pitch out, right side, Jonathan Taylor. And Taylor on the defensive card is going to get himself a 3-yard gain. Apologies. That was a 9-yard gain. As the end, Keith Granson did make the block. And that'll make it 2nd down and 6. Flat pass going to Pittman. He is double-teamed. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, all over him. And he breaks that up easily. Whistling past the graveyard there. Risky play. 2 men in zone. It went to the defensive card. Could have been an automatic pick. Instead, it's 3rd down and 6. Colts at the Saints 39. Field goal range only extends out to the 40. But it's at a 2 through 7 and 12. So there would be variable risk here if you don't gain any more yardage. Might make the argument to run it here. We'll see what they do. 2 tight ends. Taylor the tailback. Minshew under center. Nickel defense here from the Saints. Big play. Defense looking pass. It's a pitch out. Taylor going around the edge, and he's going to get 5 yards, come up 1 yard short. So big play here. 4th down and 1 for Indianapolis at the 34-yard line of the Saints. That is a 2 through 7 and 12 field goal attempt. And so they're going to go for it. Colts on 4th and 1. Bring out the full house formation. Saints go to the 4-3. The key is on the quarterback, but it's a run at the middle to Trey Sermon, and he's going to lose a yard. Trey Sermon on the wrong column of his card still loses a yard and cannot convert on 4th and 1. The Saints take over. And so New Orleans, with 11:06 remaining in this game, take over possession now, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. They trail by a point. The New Orleans Saints, as you can see right here, came into the week 6-1. And effectively with a 2-game lead in their division. The Colts struggling at 0-7, 0-4 division record. So about as bad a start as you can get. But they are playing lights out tonight and giving the Saints all they can handle. So the Saints come out in a blocking back set here. Not surprisingly, Alvin Kamara leads the Saints 9 catches in the game, 86 yards. And Michael Pittman of the Colts leads with 8 catches. Here's a first down pitch out. Kamara going around the edge, and he's got the corner. Kamara on his card picks up 15 on that one. That gives him 60 yards rushing in the game as the Saints are now set up 1st and 10 right at midfield. Colts need a stop. They still lead by a point. Colts defense is rated average against the pass. And average to poor against the run. And there's an inside run draw, and it's going to go for 4 yards. That was Taysom Hill. And it makes it 2nd down and 6. Now 3 wide receivers on the field. Michael Thomas in the slot. Here's a screen. It's going to tailback Kamara. Gets a yak opportunity set up by his quarterback, and he converts it nicely. A 13-yard pickup for Alvin Kamara, his 10th catch of the game, as he's now at 99 yards receiving. The Saints are now 1st and 10 at the 33 in field goal range, as we're now under 10 minutes remaining in this game. 1st and 10. Here's a draw up the middle and snuffed out right away by the Colts. DeForest Buckner on the tackle. 3 wide receiver formation sent that one to the right column. And Kamara could not do anything with it there, so 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers on the field again. This time a nickel defense here from Indianapolis. There's a flat pass, Michael Thomas, and a yak opportunity for him. And Thomas, pretty good pickup. He's going to get 9 yards on that. A good roll, as he is a terrible yak receiver with an E rating, I believe. And so 9 yards is still pretty close. 3rd and 1. They're at the Colts 24. Kamara's the tailback. Taysom Hill in front of him in the fullback slot. And here's a hitch over the middle. 2-men in zone and incomplete. Defended nicely by Coach John Freeze. 2-men in zone, and that made the difference. It's 4th down and 1. 8:42 remaining in this game. And from the 24, I think you've got to take the lead when you can get it. And Blake Grupe, he gets the kick, but there's a penalty. Actually, offsetting penalty. So Grupe's going to have to kick it again. 2 through 8, 11, and 12. The 41-yard field goal attempt is up and good. And the New Orleans Saints are back out on top with 8:06 remaining, 19-17. And after a touchback, the Colts take over possession at their 25. They now trail by 2. Colts schedule shown here. They lost by 7 points to the Rams, by 4 points to the Jaguars. The rest of the losses were by double digits. But they're hanging in here with the 6-1 Saints. 2 tight end formation. There's a pitch out. Trey Sermon. He is going around the edge, and he's going to get 6 yards. Nice pickup on Sermon's card. Makes it 2nd down and 4. Plenty of time left in this one. Almost 8 minutes. Both teams still 3 timeouts. Here's a 2nd down flat pass going to the slot receiver, Josh Downs. He's got himself a yak opportunity, and Downs is brought down right away. Loss of 1 on the play. His 4th catch. And it's 3rd and 5. The Colts will split out 3 wide receivers again. Downs in the slot. Nickel defense shown here by Dan Sir and the Saints. There's a flat pass going after a 0-rated linebacker. Kyler Granson is the target, and incomplete. Granson had a receiving opportunity and couldn't find it on his card. And it's 4th and 5. The Colts have to punt from their 30, and not a very good punt at that. 38 yards in the air, and fumbled by the Saints. It's on the ground, and let's see, there's a penalty, however, and instead it's a 5-yard penalty on the punting team. Back them up. They got to kick it again. Boy, and they had recovered a fumble on the dice there. Game chat suggests that was not lost on the Indianapolis coach either. 4th and 10, they'll punt again from the 25. This one's a better punt. 49 yards in the air, fielded at the 26-yard line by Rashid Shaheed, and he'll go ahead and call fair catch. And so the New Orleans Saints will take over possession. 6:54 to go in this game. They have a 2-point lead, 19-17. Back to pass. Carr looks short and caught. Chris Olave's got it and a 1st down. Pick up a 12 right out of the gates. Derek Carr now 25 of 35 for 280 yards and a touchdown in this one. So a good game from him. From the 38-yard line, it's first down. Kamara, tailback behind Taysom Hill. And back to pass, looking deep, and this one's going to Olave, and it is no good, incomplete. Derek Carr couldn't find it on his card. 2nd and 10. Three wide receivers on the field. On one halfback is Kamara. The defense comes out in a 4-2-5. Here's a screen going to the halfback. He's doubled, and it's incomplete. Great call there from Coach Freeze as he doubled up on Kamara at the right moment. 3rd down and 10 for the Saints. This at the 6-minute mark. Colts desperately needing to get the Saints off the field on this 3rd and 10. 3 wide receivers split out for New Orleans. 3-2-6 deep dime here. Back to pass. Looking short. It's going to Rashid Shaheed, and it is going to be incomplete. The Shaheed cannot cash in on his card on a 7. 4th and 10, and the Saints will punt it back to the Colts. From the 38, that punt will carry inside the 20. And it's going to be fair caught at the 16. And so the Colts will take over right there. 5:24 left to go in this game. Colts trail 19-17. And they have the ball 84 yards away. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs in this formation. Jonathan Taylor is the tailback. Back to pass. Minshew looks deep. Goes to the defensive card, and it's going to be incomplete. That pass intended for Josh Downs. 2nd and 10. Now 2 tight end formation here from the Colts. Still Taylor is the halfback, and here's a pitch out. Taylor going for the edge, and on the defensive card, Taylor's got the edge and more. Pickup of 15 yards on the play. 1st down yardage out to the 31-yard line. Clock runs down to 4.5 minutes left. Flat pass going to Pittman. He's doubled, and it's incomplete. Honey Badger all over him again. Great call there by Coach Dan Sir. Puts Indianapolis in a 2nd and 10. 2 tight ends set. Here's a flat pass right back to Pittman. And this time, Pittman's got the catch. And he's got room up the sidelines as he breaks past Matthew. And a pickup of 30 on the play. Across midfield to the New Orleans 39-yard line. And the Honey Badger is hurt on the play. Tyrann Mathieu is out until next week. He'll miss the rest of this game. 1st and 10, Colts at the 39. 3:54 remains. Here's a run up the middle to Taylor. He is keyed, and still a 6-yard gain. No linebacker was in zone. It stayed on the right column, and boy, Taylor sure hit his number other than the short gain. 2nd and 4. Jonathan Taylor now 15 rushes for 80 yards. So a good game for him. Two tight ends. Here's a flat pass. The zone is doubled up, but on the quarterback's card, that's going to be a nice catch. Minshew hits Granson, And Colin Granson's got a 1st down for the Colts. At the 27-yard line, and the clock is starting to become a factor here. Colts trail by 2. They're already in field goal range. Both teams still 3 timeouts, 2:42 remaining, so it'll be interesting to see who wants a timeout and when, as there's not really enough time to run down all of the clock here. Minshew back to pass. Looking short. It's going to Ogletree and incomplete. Minshew could not find it on his card. It's 2nd and 10. From the 27 right here, a field goal attempt would be 2 to 8, 11, and 12. for Matt Gay. Colts right back to 2 tight ends. Saints out of a 4-3. Second and 10, run up the middle. Taylor, and he's going to get 6, but a penalty on the play, and it's offsides again by the Saints defensively. So wipe away that 6-yard gain, as I'm sure they'll take the penalty and keep the down. So 2nd and 5 now for the Colts at the 22 as the clock has run down to 2:06. So this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And the Saints got to be careful to not let the Colts drain the rest of the clock before taking their field goal attempt. Here's a flat pass left side to Kylan Granson. Minshew on his side of the card pops his short gain again. Gardner Minshew hits Granson, and it's good for a 17-yard gain. Down to the 5-yard line where it is 1st and goal for the Colts. And we reach the 2-minute warning in Indianapolis. Colts are trailing at home against the 6-1 Saints, 19-17, but the Colts are 1st and goal at the 5. It looks like we've got somebody here joining us. And indeed we do, as we do welcome Anthony to the broadcast. Hello, Mr. Tangora. How we doing?
Hello, Tim. So you got a good one here?
Yeah, we do. Got a little bit of a late start on it. My son showed up, so I got some good quality time with him.
Excellent.
But I saw this game was close to the second half, and I said, let's check it out. I'm glad we did because we're set up for a finish here. Colts desperately trying to get in that win column. And a nice feather in your cap if you do it against a 6-1 division leader. Still waiting on the formation call here. 1st and goal at the 5. Oh, yeah, there it is. We've got a pro set. Taylor, obviously your tailback. Safety up close, showing blitz. Honey Badger was injured just a few moments ago. And a 1st and goal, it's an off-tackle run. Taylor, he gets the wrong column on his card, and nothing doing as he's brought down right away by Nathan Shepard. Taylor hits the 5 on his card and goes nowhere. So 2nd and goal at the 5. The Saints do call their first timeout predictably and stop the clock at 1:52. Same formation. Safety up close again. Creeping up, but it's a run again. Off tackle, Jonathan Taylor again on his card, and he gets just 1 yard. Jonathan Taylor goes to his wrong column twice. Plenty of ways to score and just not getting the rolls. It's 3rd and goal at the 4 as Taylor now enters the fatigue category. So what is that right now? -1, is that right, Anthony?
Yeah, and you can see right there in his card, it'll affect him on a 9 roll if he goes back to that same card, guessed wrong. But
yeah. So big 3rd down here, 3rd and goal at the 4. The Saints did call that second timeout, stopping the clock at 1:45. In late action tonight, we have the Seahawks and Browns in what I think will be a good game. And I have a high probability that I'm going to broadcast that one tonight.
Oh, cool.
It's a good night for me to stay up late. That's a good-looking game, and I'm kind of anxious to see what happens. So I'm sort of planning on it unless I get crazy tired before that time.
Got to wonder if it's 2-down territory here.
I don't think so. When a field goal puts you up on top, I don't think you're going to roll those dice.
If I was playing the Chiefs, it probably would be, but this is not the Chiefs. This is not Bucker.
And it's been a low-scoring game. Short pass is no good by Minshew, and it is 4th goal on the 4, so we're about to find out. And indeed, Coach Freeze agrees with me. Kicker's coming out. Matt Gay, a 21-yard field goal chippy at the 1:37 mark of the 4th quarter is up and good as the Indianapolis Colts at home have retaken the lead with 90 seconds to go. The Colts are up 20-19.
It's kind of the perfect situation, and more and more. I mean, next year it's really going to be a question that you'd ask yourself because if you're facing the Chiefs this year, it takes so little to get in the field goal range
Oh,
that
yes.
with 3 timeouts, yeah, I mean, okay, fine. He gets the ball at the 1, and I got a chance to get it back and get the field goal, knowing that if I give you 130 to get a field goal, that's just too much time,
Yeah.
against a Bucker. And
Well,
next
a
year
lot
there's
of
going to
teams
be a
can do a
dozen
lot of
Buckers.
things in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And the Saints still have a timeout. They're going deep right out of the gate, though. This one's going to Taysom Hill, and it's no good, incomplete. Real close as Derek Carr almost hit his number there, 2nd and 10.
And Streck comes into that too, because you're usually, like Indianapolis is in this case, they're holding on to all 3 timeouts. So you could
Sure.
prevent a first down, and you're going to be right back in field goal range.
Absolutely. Saints are going 3 wide receivers formation here. Shotgun, back to pass, and looking deep again. And we've got a penalty, and it's going to be holding against the Saints. So exactly what Coach Sir did not need. Back them up. It's 2nd and 20. Saints now at their own 15-yard line.
The first down becomes the priority here.
And you probably have to go short here to give yourself a chance. Colts defensive ends are both 12 rated as blitzers. So you're automatically in some danger there. Here's a screen to Kamara and a yak opportunity for him on 2nd and 20. And Kamara get a terrible roll. That is a waste of a good rated yak player. He loses a yard, and it's 3rd and 21 at the 14-yard line. 1:07 to go. And now you really are relegated to either a long pass or back-to-back short passes. Deep dime here from Indianapolis as the Colts are getting close to cinching in on their first win of the year.
Colts made the playoffs in real life, if I recall.
I don't think so.
Just missed last week of the season.
I thought they were more like 7 and 10.
I thought
Looking deep
Minshew
again and incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended target, he was double teamed. Wouldn't have mattered, and it's 4th and 21, desperation time with 60 seconds to go here for the Saints.
Oh, no. 4 and 12. What am I thinking? That's 2022. 2023. Let's see.
Yeah, they were not very good on that
Minshew,
carded season.
No. I had the wrong season.
Although I was wrong, too. I thought they were a 7-win team.
9 and 8. Did not qualify for the playoffs.
They were 9 and 8?
Yep.
Okay. So I wasn't too far off. Another deep pass on 4th and 21 falls harmlessly to the ground. And with 52 seconds remain, the Colts up by 1 have taken over possession at the New Orleans 14. And they are just a couple snaps of the ball away from a big upset and their first win of the USFFL season.
Yeah, eliminated on the final week of the season. Their loss to the Texans. They were in it until the end.
Saints burn their final timeout. Stops the clock at 45 seconds. One second remaining. Gardner Minshew just needs to get one more clean snap. And he does just that. As we have reached the final gun here in Indianapolis, as the Colts delight their home fans with the first win of the season. A 20-19 thriller against the New Orleans Saints. Big upset of a 6-1 team.
Those 9-win teams are the toughest because it's tough to get into playoffs. It's tough to get COI. Sort of like those tweener teams are tough. Usually not carded very well.
That's true. Although it can be kind of a hodgepodge at times. Sometimes some of those middling teams, if they're carded just well, can be more dangerous than you think.
Yep.
It's a range that can be, I think, a wide variation.
Yeah, it's true.
Colts outgained the Saints here, 377 to 345 on the day. Colts did have the game's only turnover.
And 150 overuse helps, with somebody like
Oh,
Richardson.
sure.
Yep.
Coaches congratulating one another. A good effort. And it looks like both coaches have declined to join for an interview, and that is totally fine. We never want to pressure anybody. So that's the final here from Indianapolis. Saints go on the road and get upset by the Indianapolis Colts. Congratulations to Coach John Freeze, as he does get his first win of the season. And so that's going to do it for now. If you're interested in a late night game, keep your eye. I might be broadcasting the late game tonight, kicking off at midnight Eastern. Seahawks against the Cleveland Browns. I'm kind of interested in that. And I'll broadcast it. If you're a night owl, you might be able to catch that. And even if you're not, you might get something to do on a Friday work day.
Oh, are you off tomorrow?
No, I am not, but I already feel in vacation mode because I just took off all of next week. So, so I don't mind staying up really late tonight and just kind of working my way through one last work day. So
excellent.
So I appreciate you popping in, Anthony. And, our division has tightened up, by the way.
Sure has.
5-2 and a couple of 5-3. So the games right now become crucial for all of us.
It's nice to be in first place for a minute, but no doubt I'd have been better off if the Broncos got the win yesterday. But
yeah, it did tighten things up, and I have the tiebreak at least for now on you, but you do have that half game advantage, and so and you have a good history. You weren't the best team in football when you won as the best team in football. Your card said you weren't. That's not what you were, but we all know you know how to use them, and so I'm going to have my hands full down the stretch. It'll be fun to see what happens.
It's going to be interesting. I'm not one to sandbag, but the team is a little bit. It's not. It's gonna if they make the playoffs somehow, it's gonna be a short one. Hey, there's John.
And there's a surprise. I thought he wasn't coming in, but we welcome Coach John Freeze of the Indianapolis Colts. Mr. Freeze, how are you doing tonight?
Sandbagging as usual.
Congratulations on your first win of the season. I was able to broadcast most of the second half. Talk to me about what we missed and how you got to the victory tonight.
Well, mostly it was I'll pay for it next week because this was the second closest opportunity to win a game this season. So I just said, hell with the overusage limits. But I had 9 players at the end that were over their usage limits.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that's been the problem with this team.
Yeah.
If you don't stay on it like an absolute bear, all my tight ends, none of them can receive more than 3 catches in a game. There's only one that can do that. And all the wide receivers are 1 or 2 receptions a game. It's just, and I had to play the game without Zach Moss.
Zach Moss, yes. He was out for the game. Saints actually had about 6 players they were missing as well.
Yeah, he had a bit of a Red Cross bowl going. He lost a lot of people through the course of the game, and some of them for extensive injury. So it was just luck.
Well, listen, let's be honest. Luck plays a factor, win or lose, in every game, as long as we're using 6-sided dice, and we really are. So that's going to happen. You can't get around that. You just gotta, embrace the luck when it comes your way, and if that contributed some tonight, that's fine. But luck alone isn't going to get you to victory with your carded team over the 6-1 Saints. So you did a good job tonight, I'm sure, and certainly saw some of that with the double teams I saw when I was watching.
Yeah, if actually the one player I'm a little worried about is Minshew, because he may be out for the next game.
Oh, you're concerned about overusage?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
where's Richardson? Is he towing the line too?
Oh well, I've been in every game.
So
this
Minshew's
year,
carded for 490, and Richardson's carded for 84.
Yeah, so Richardson gets. I've been doing something I've never done before. So I start Richardson every game, and he gets 9 plays, and then I bench him. And it doesn't matter how the plays turn out. He's riding the pine. All I could do this week was laugh when the word came down that the Colts had decided to start Flacco. There is somebody that can get inside Richardson's 10-cent head and teach him how to be an NFL quarterback. But Steichen basically said, somebody can do it. I did it for Jalen Hurts, but I can't do it for this guy.
Yeah, it's a pretty. Let's at a minimum, that's an interesting move. I'm not sure I want to totally indict it. I think a case can be made either way. It's a pretty big step what Richardson did, but I think it's also a pretty big step to not let him develop.
Richardson's just not Hurts. I mean, just isn't in terms of how many high-level college snaps each of them had.
But that's all the more reason if you're not going to give on him completely, he needs reps. He needs the reps.
Yeah, he needs some time behind the
keyboard. You're going to take on a development project, you have to develop him. So if you're benching him, the longer he sits, you're taking what's supposed to be your best overall asset and projecting to get nothing out of it. Unless you're going to subscribe to the idea that he can develop and get significantly better than he is right now and needs to without actually the reps in games. And I don't particularly believe that.
I don't think he belongs in an NFL game. That's how badly he's performed.
You guys think so? For both of you, you think it's already kind of done?
I've watched every snap. I've watched every Colts snap this year.
It's pretty bad.
He's
got a
one quote from Flacco sticks out for me. That he said, I don't know, he may have said it on the Eli and Peyton show when he was a guest. I don't know when he said it, but he said that Richardson doesn't even know what questions to ask yet in the QB room.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't even know the questions yet, let alone the answers.
I had not heard that. That's an interesting quote.
Clueless, yeah. Guy's basically what he really needs is another 2 years of college.
Mm-hmm. What year was he when he came out?
Yeah.
He was a senior.
He was a senior. Okay.
But he wasn't.
Question worth asking. Sorry.
I don't know how many, but he didn't play very much, right? I don't know what the deal was. I didn't.
Somehow I know he was underdeveloped. Maybe he got a late start into football.
I don't know.
But he's got a ways to go, and I think
I'm much more of an expert on the pro football than I am college, so I'm not going to be a good resource here.
I wanted to recommend somebody to y'all. I was thinking of actually posting some of these up on Slack, and it's have y'all ever heard of this? She's a sportscaster from Detroit named Annie Agar.
I don't think so.
So she started off with the ambition to kind of rise through regional broadcasting and eventually to get to ESPN.
Oh, okay.
What happened was, though, the pandemic came along and a lot of opportunities kind of like got shut down. ESPN started laying people off. So what she started doing, she started a podcast in addition to doing broadcasting in the Detroit area. And she has this bit that has absolutely gone viral where it's the NFL insider meeting of the week. and where she starts off as the moderator on behalf of the league office, and then she says, "Okay, let's bring in the Chicago Bears," and then it's her wearing the Chicago Bear uniform, trying to make some excuse for the latest stupid thing they've done, and then flips back to the NFL version of Annie Agar saying, "John, just sell that stuff down the hall, all right?" So and the one-liners that she ticks off are very funny.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that she's so fast that these one-liners will go skating right by you. So you have to. I actually, when I watch Annie Agar every week when she does her bit, you can watch her on YouTube. I turn the speed down so I can catch the nuances. She's very funny, and
I've caught her now that you've described it. Yeah, I've seen many of her videos, and she does a lot of them for college.
She does college too. Yeah, and the only reason why I bring it up is because not only is she funny, but she was also ripping on Richardson. So she has a lot of fun, huh?
So that's a ripe target.
Oh yeah, I mean, just go ahead and blow it away. So anyway, if you get a chance to catch it, you do need to slow her down though, because her delivery is so fast that it's hard to keep up with.
Well, John, congratulations on your big win tonight. You're finally in the win column, and now you can just dream. And how many wins do you need to get Coach of the Year?
I don't think there's any prospect of them getting.
Oh, sure there is. I think you only need like 5 total, something like. No, it was.
No, he needs 10. You need 10.
He needs 10. Oh man, that's a long haul. You're right.
There's no prospect of this for this team.
Yeah,
they
right.
were 9 and 8. They were 9 and 8, and their statistics are absolutely miserable.
Strato, you're still welcome to spoil for anybody that's not Kansas City related.
That'll be that if. It would take a quantum leap forward in the quality to become a spoiler.
You say that, but the Saints are a real good team, and you beat them tonight. So you get luck, you get good coaching to pair with it. You can beat anybody. That's been true. In fact, I don't know about you guys. I've been thinking all season. Every time I'm watching, I'll see in our league 2 or 3 games will happen that say to me, then how did this happen? All the time looking at, how did this team win against these 3 teams but lose to this team, and vice versa? It's just nothing's guaranteed. All these games, you got to fight every time, just kind of like the NFL. It's tough. People come to play. So,
hey John, you put that post on Slack, that long one where you asked a bunch of questions, and it's like, oh, I don't have time to answer.
What do you think?
And then I go back to it. I don't have time to. I have time now. No, I don't have time. So if there's any that are atop of your mind, not that I'm an expert, but I'd love to take a crack at them.
There are restrictions on the use of various types of plays and special teams, and I don't know how Strato is going to account for that. Of course, they've never accounted for the empty backfield. They don't have that as a.
There's a lot of things that they don't account for.
There's just, but it's starting to accumulate now. Overusage. We still got overusage charts that say 16 games instead of 17. It's like they're slacking off and not really trying to keep up.
I agree.
I think that it's the number of deficits is starting to accumulate, and next year with the revised onside kick rules, particularly, that's the one that jumps out, where they'll have to literally actually have their software engineers write some code.
Yep, right, right. And that seems to be the magic line, that they don't want to cross. But you're right. At some point, it sort of reaches sort of a critical mass where they've got to do something, and if they do something, it's like a red-green sort of thing. If they have to go to green because it just reached critical mass, maybe they'll do Maybe they'll clean up a bunch of stuff while they're there. Wouldn't that be nice? While the light is green.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
All right. So, guys, I got an early one, so I'm going to say.
All righty.
All right. Well, congratulations again, and
Thank you.
I'll see you guys next time, okay? Thanks for popping in, John.
Bye.
Night, Anthony. Thank you.
Good night.
All right, guys, we're going to close it out here. 20-19, Colts beat the Saints. USFFL rolls on, possibly with more action later tonight. Stay tuned.